Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Beacon Pines. So we got sucked up into a tubey thing.
Leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along.
Carom.
She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden,
Whoa.
as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view.
Why is it snowy?
A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face.
And where's the
as
house?
She was flung out into the cold.
That's where the house is. Or it's where it's supposed to be. Luka's house. Whee! That was intense? Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got on any of us. My god. It didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? This place sucks. You mean your pee? Where did all your pee go? Why would anyone want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We've got to catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. So, okay, so we'll go that way, but, like, this is where the house was. This is where Luka's house is. And, like, this is the archway that leads to the tree, but it's blocked right now. Weird. That's the sign, the Beacon Pine sign. This looks familiar, yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow. No time, Nuncreed's getting away. What? Oh, there's some of the explosives. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of a town. Could it? I mean, yeah. I got it. It's so obvious now. That there are two towns. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Rollo. Stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving. 'Cause, like, this was not here before. So either we are in the future and or past. Yeah, the future doesn't really make sense though, because the way that it froze was like ice, just ice, not snow. You know what I mean?
They spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously.
Oh, it's Grandma! I just realized. So like, this feels like a different time or a different space. Like maybe there are two Beacon Pines in the same space. I don't know.
He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild.
As he should.
Upon closing the distance, Luka recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
She gonna do it. Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luka, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luka. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luka approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you and you betrayed that trust. Luka, did you know that this man, that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself. At peace with long-held burdens.
I have so many yawns today.
The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. Your hand was like a brother to me. Sorry, it's Julian Smith, I think. We just had different ideas about how to effect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both
I mean,
catching their breath.
Yeah, it's kind of fair.
Knife's edge.
She's not wrong.
Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luka's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
He began to weep.
And in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luka whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow.
Dang, it's cold out there then.
Gran stared at Luka for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This will all make sense soon, Luka. Then everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can hide behind those, or you can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness.
Uh-oh. I feel like that's bad, though.
She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
Uh-oh. You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to...
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh... Okay, so Gran starts all the freezing things.
Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luka. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act.
I mean, I still don't think she's the bad guy. Like, here's the thing. She doesn't know that's gonna happen, right? That's pretty clear that she doesn't fucking know that's gonna happen. She thinks something else is gonna happen.
Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror.
That's kind of sad.
There was no contest.
But we gotta stop Gran!
Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Okay, so... flight. We gotta do flight. Here. Because this is where,
Luka drew
replay.
himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight.
So unfortunately, I did record some of this, and it didn't actually record, and I don't know why, because I started my recording, and then when I went to go look at it again, it wasn't recording, and I was like, what the fuck? So, that's why that's there. But, if you'll remember, this is, in this timeline, Iggy has, like, the old goop on him, so he looks kind of older and weirder. And, like, Mr. Kerr is after us because of Iggy, mostly. And Rollo, something happened with him, but we don't know what happened with him. We just know that he's underground somewhere.
He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, jerks. I like Iggy. I like Iggy when he's not being a jerk. Fine, we know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels. See, we know about the tunnels now. But how
Luka
did...
and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket.
Through the
branches
tunnels.
clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luka stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luka's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luka pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
So we're back here. That was actually pretty badass. How did they, like... So it can't be through time, right? It's gotta be through space. There's gotta be two beacon pines in the same space. Like, occupying the same space. Right? Because they literally just, like, whew, into the same area that we originally took that tunnel through to get to. Huh. Uh-huh. I think we lost him. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Find a way home. Okay. So this is the same... Yeah. Yeah, it's the same area. Luka? Luka, are you there?
Luka had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
I forgot about it. It's that bozo Kerr. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luka looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luka responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful. Okay, see, I'm like 5,000 times convinced now that the grandma is the mom.
Luka winced,
covered in goo.
shoving the walkie-talkie
That made her
back
look
into
old.
his pocket.
Or that actually made her old, I guess. We gotta keep moving. But yeah, that's where the tree goes. Okay. That's the little tunnel that we came out of.
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. Two faint seams were visible along the surface.
A manhole cover? If it is, I've never seen one like it. Oh, there's dudes. What's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report it to Mr. Kerr? Meh, still within safe ranges. It may be spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. I think they're talking about the source. Right? So the source obviously had a reaction, a very, very bad reaction to the Flameo Hotman stuff. Freaked out and froze everything. So it's gotta be like coldness is seeping out from the source, which is causing this Beacon Pines to become like a frozen wasteland sort of thing, but not quite like in ice, you know? It's just very, very cold. So they're checking the temperatures to make sure that it's not like cold combusting, I guess. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. Why do they have goo in their packs, though? Did you notice that? They had little green drippies in their little pack things. What's all this? Hard to say with all the snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out the letters under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into Weepwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1, snow's gotta go. I'll see what we can do. Or I'll see what I can do. Is there snow? Oh, snowball! Hiya! It is Beacon Pines. I knew it!
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around. Where did all the snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. Yeah, I mean, that would be really quick to go from, like, maybe 50 degrees to, like, negative 30, you know? The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. The source? You think it's related? What the hell is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Yeah, it's totally a different one. Look it.
The fencing glistened.
The fence wasn't there before.
Each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
I mean, like, it was in the same one that we went to as Rollo, or with Rollo and Beck, but like, it's that's not in the regular, normal one that we know. Looks like the stuff they put up around Weepwood. I always want to call it Wood Weep. The stuff who put up? I don't know. Oh. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luka could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, you know, swim run. I mean, I feel like whatever happened to this Beacon Pines, I feel like is starting to happen to the one that we're from. And that's why all the animals are leaving, because they can feel that cold coming on. They can sense it, you know?
Luka went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? Ah, there's nothing here but more snow! And yawns. Lots of yawns. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed. And everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay. I mean, Iggy, if that's the case, can I have my jacket back? Because that was in our treehouse.
He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luka a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luka allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
You guys should, like, go inside. It must be at least a little warmer in there, right? Let's just rest for a bit.
The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
Poor kids, man. Chilling in, like, I'm assuming sub-zero. I don't know what's 258 Kelvin. Does anyone know what that is? The way the snow covered everything over. It's kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Jeez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rollo are always having a blast together. Laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Aww. Perfect little Luka Van Horn. With his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet and she already likes you. You have Tish.
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luka gave a warm chuckle.
Yeah, she just says, yup. I get that impression.
He cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh. Must be raining out here. Definitely. It's raining on my face.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow, we'll get to the bottom of all this.
Luka's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luka? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Or what? Yeah, what do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luka could whisper before succumbing to sleep.
Oh.
Iggy snuggled in some more.
Oh, they're snuggling. When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad. Damn, Iggy. That sucks. What's happening with your home life?
Warm bread. Luka
A dream.
was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luka spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luka turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know, it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up
What was
a
it
toy
like?
block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you?
No.
Luka snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luka turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luka was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. No, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luka's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luka heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents.
They were arguing?
fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luka gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it.
Perennial harvest?
I swore an oath
Or Valentine's?
to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luka's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this.
Oh.
Eleanor
So it is
raised
the
her
Valentine's.
voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luka flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luka? Is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luka descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on?
Dude, whoever this voice actress is, she's so good at this.
Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luka eye to eye.
I would listen to any audiobooks read by her. Like, legit. It's so good.
Buckaroo? Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luka placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from Luka's ears. Listen to me, Luka. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luka hugged his father tightly.
He's not gonna
Promise?
though, huh?
Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Who's that? Is that Dawn? No.
A figure
Is it?
approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall.
No, it's a little, like, white mouse person.
It stood above them,
Who are you?
lingering in contemplation.
You're cute.
Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head.
Pat pat.
From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Hiya! Get your hands off me. Oh my god, they're so cute.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger,
They're so cute. Look at their little scarf and outfit. Oh my god, they're cute.
Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luka looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep, minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you...
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hatted, scarfy-necked furball. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great, how about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait, do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are. You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luka, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luka and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Yeah, show us. Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luka and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weepwood, or teleported to some alternate universe. Or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original true Beacon Pines, so there are two. So this one's the original. You both grew up here, but the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. What? A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You'd need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. But there are a ton of red panda clone dudes. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing detail to it. Or, sorry, attention to detail. Wow. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to a miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. Yeah, I mean, it fills in gaps in your brain. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. Luka and Iggy looked around uncomfortably. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is uncover.
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. Why'd you say the source like that? Why indeed?
Luka began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way they
He
could...
looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this is really home, or if this really is home...
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out.
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weepwood. Thanks, dude.
Chapter 6. The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived.
Who are you,
He'd
Nat?
given Luka and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luka sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest, but right now, there was one thing that Luka needed to know.
What? We're up by the dad tree area.
Luka stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard. A headstone. A dry whisper.
Oh my gosh.
escaped Luka's lips.
You're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you. But you've been here, alone in the snow. Oh, that's so sad! Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what did I do? Or what do I do?
There was no reply. Just snow-covered silence.
Oh, that's so sad. Why'd you give me a slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luka's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Uh-oh. Who it is? Please be Rollo. We gotta hide. Oh, it's a hazmat dude. 259K. Fall off distance still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who loved them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Ah, brah. Rude. Hey. Don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Are you dancing out of- Are you salsaing out of there? Haha, weirdo. He's like... Here I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses are out here literally dancing on graves.
Luka stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some
He
advice.
gave Luka a solid smack on the back of his head.
Okay, nice advice. Bam! Hey! Who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who are you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luka Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerks comes at you acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Her and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Nat mentioned something about a source.
Luka wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to Perennial Harvest. Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we'll snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. What if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad, I promise. Let's do this. Locate the source! I mean, I know where it is. Unless for some reason it's different in this particular timeline. It can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luka. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help is on the way. Where's Rollo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you? No, you just seem a little
Iggy
evil.
and Luka shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Ah, shucks. Now that hurt my feelings. Screw that guy. I mean, to me, he doesn't look like someone who kills, but he does look like someone who tortures and kidnaps and all that shit. You know what I mean? Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I, came into possession of some premium-grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids. The good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Roller were doing chores at Roller's chicken coop. And you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? Or you blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Rolla got grounded for months. Which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. Makes sense. So I buried him under that tree. But when I came back for him later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found him and tossed him.
He triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. Wow, what a coinky-dink. Do you think this is a game? I do, yes. I am playing a game right now. Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who is in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. I disagree. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast-off, loser. Bye. Ooh. Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. Oh, check that out. Okay, let me explore a bit first before I do anything. Fuck. Okay, I can't go up there. I might just have to go straight into the source area. Right? Yeah, it's not letting me go anywhere else. Alright, here we go. Let's explode things and freeze everything over.
Inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo! 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 Whoa. I can see why they wanted us to move all of us out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole. How do we smash a hole? Oh shit! It's Kerr. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr! Where's Rollo? I wasn't lying before, he's safe. Well, safer than you two at least. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source where they collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh, heavens no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
Isn't it always like that? It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras, ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile is not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change. Oh shit! Uh-oh. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy
What are you
turned
gonna
to
do?
Luka with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Would it really react though? Wouldn't the source need to be hot? I mean, if it's supposed to be a cold flame, like in the dream, right? Would that cold flame actually ignite, or would it just freeze? Because it's not hot. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you, regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. Throw it then. Up, that's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Ooh. Stop, you fool! Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Ooh, very well. You can all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here. The way they back out.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like
With
this?
a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Oh, shit! That's so nonchalant. Iggy, I think you just fucked us. Ooh. Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luka.
Uh-oh.
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side.
Oh my god!
Luka dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow.
Dude, how are you carrying both of them? That must be heavy.
You could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child, what have you done? Oh shit, he's freaking out. Luka, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. How, what channel do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference, they're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way to get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Iggy, no! Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Of course he would. Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing at the part of Phileas
With a
Young.
wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Bro, just let go. Prum-dum-dum. Prum-dum-dum. I don't know. Wow, can you believe this guy? Hum.
Luka's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
I feel like this is not going to end well at the moment. Kerr, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luka, look at me. It's okay.
Luka felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
No! You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luka's body burned.
No, not Iggy! I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Luka felt his hand slipping.
That's what I'm saying. He may be a bully, but he's a friendly bully. And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's our only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
Calm settled over Iggy's face.
No! Luka, let me do
Iggy's
this.
voice was colder than the bitter air billowing.
No,
from
I'm
the
gonna
chasm.
cry. I don't want Iggy to die. He doesn't deserve that. Let me do the right thing for once. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What do I do? I'm gonna refuse because I don't want to see him die, but I know I'm gonna have to accept at some point.
Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luka with his eyes one last time, but Luka pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror. Now, a clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away.
Founder?
A swarm of hands overpowered Luka. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face.
But at least he's alive.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to, okay? I don't want to. Fuck, I guess I have to. Alright, let's accept it.
Luka had no
We gotta
choice
drop
but
Iggy.
to accept Iggy's request.
Man! I don't wanna!
With a quiet blink, Luka watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good. No! That's so fucking sad!
Two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Oh, God, I hope he survives. Kirk can go fuck himself, but... but I hope Iggy survives. Oh my goodness. What a way to die. Literally going out with a bang. Hell of a goodbye, Iggy, right? That's what I was saying. Oh, hey, Nat. What's up? Didn't feel like coming in and helping at any time? Luka, you really should step back. What? Quickly. Whoa, what? Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have just been the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempest liquamen is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. But doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and the fireworks makes the whole freeze over? That's one way of putting it, yes. Wait. The gunk makes things cold? Why did it make them aged then? As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks were strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. Unless it was just freezing those parts, but it didn't seem like it. Like, it seemed like it just changed, like Beck's hair color, which would mean oldness, right? Not coldness? I don't know. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
Yeah. It will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Damn it, dude! Mine was to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why me? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luka Van Horn, you are going to save the world. Oh?
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luka followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny.
Yeah?
To be continued.
What?
In Beacon Pines, Pines harder.
What?
Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm?
To charm.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy.
Me too.
No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels.
Hell yeah, girl.
Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Okay. Like what though? Oh. Let's hum. Let's hum.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luka had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind, the only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luka had of his mother, shivering in the raw snow. He began to hum it out loud.
Wow, he's got a great voice. How fucking funny would that be, though? Like, two adults just like, blah, 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 arguing with each other, and then you have a little child that's like, ah, like, singing. And you're just like, uh-oh. Oh my god, my dog is so sleepy. My singing just woke him up, and he had that thing. You guys know when dogs, or I guess even cats, when they're sleepy, like really sleepy, and they wake up and their eyes are like reddish, and also they have like part of their faces like squished? He just did that.
As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together.
It is his mom!
She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luka was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
Aww.
Luka lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother. It is his mom!
Very watery eyes trying to see.
Oh my
clearly.
god!
He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees.
Dude, what happened to her
Something
though?
about her was undeniably his mother.
Yeah, how did you not
Only
notice?
smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, buckaroo. Mom? Aww.
Luka sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother.
I knew
They
it.
held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Mr. Nun Creed, whatever the fuck. He just was standing there and then he was like across his belly, like, oh, like there he goes. Ah, what a touching moment. Eleanor? I thought you were gone? You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luka, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right there, Luka. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luka, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luka. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luka gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. Fuck yeah, let's go! And this time, hopefully, we don't freeze over because we stopped that from happening, right? As long as you don't do anything, Joseph. Bro. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago.
7 months ago?
Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest.
Are we getting her backstory?
She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand.
Okay. I'm gonna stop here for just a second. I need to know how much longer there is in this game, because if there's another hour, then there's going to be another episode, but if not, then I don't know. So give me a second. I gotta know. I gotta know how long this is. I looked up a playthrough just to see how much time was left, and the playthrough I looked at was about 3.5 hours long, and this point in their playthrough was about an hour and a half into that. So there's going to be at least one more episode, maybe 2 more. This game is a lot longer than I thought it would be. So, yeah, we're going to pick this back up later. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you're having a fantastic time. I am. This is so cool. I love this. This is a good game. This is a really good game. I am enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!